Hey guys, I want to say, do not confuse human ability to be the blessing. Well, everything's a blessing of the Most High, but do not confuse the human ability to be the anointing of the Most High. You know, as humans, we have the ability to do marvelous things. As humans, we have the ability to do wonderful things. Don't confuse intuition to be the blessing of the Most High. Someone can say, well, this person is extremely intuitive, so this person, can know what you think, or this person knows you're going to walk that way. That doesn't mean that someone has the anointing of the Most High. That means that someone is just intuitive. I was in a park today and I was feeding the squirrels, and I was feeding the squirrels, and the squirrel was behind the tree, and I wanted to feed him, but he was afraid, So he popped out on the left side and went back in. So I said to myself, Al, go to the right side, but don't go to the right side, Al, go to the right side, go to the right side, go to the right side. I said that in my mind. And as I say that, when I begin to move, the squirrel pops up again on the left side. And I said, squirrels are intuitive. He picked up on it because he knew certainly I was going to go to my right, his left. Because I said I was going to go to my right, his left. So when I said that, and then I went in action, I said that, I went to move, but I didn't go to my right. I went to my left, his right, and I popped up and I caught him. Another instance, I had the food in my hand, and I said to myself, I'm gonna throw it this way. And when I went to throw it, it slipped out of my hand awkwardly, went the opposite way, and the squirrel went in projection to where I should have thrown the food. So, if you want to look at intuitive ability, look at squirrels, look at cats. So don't confuse someone who's intuitive with the anointing of God. Don't confuse the ability to memorize things. Some people have a unique ability. They can memorize things with ease. They learn things easier than others. Don't confuse that to be the blessing of God. I was walking in the building, and some guy was behind me, so I let him go in front of me because I walk up the stairs slow. So he went in front of me, he got to his apartment, and I was like, all right, he says, have a good night. He says, you have a good night as well. That's intuitive. That's projection. If it's in the evening time, right? It's evening, and I say to a guy, okay, now you okay? Obviously, I'm going to say have a good night, have a good day. So he said it before I could say it. He projected what I was going to say, projections with the squirrel. I went to throw the food at him, but it slipped out of my hand, and he went in the projection of where the food should have went. I said to myself, I'm going to go to the right, and I put my intentions onto the right side of the tree, but I went to the left. So he picked up on my intention. Intuitively, he picked up on it. So instead of going to his left, he went to the right, my left, and I went to the left instead of the right. But I said I was going to go to the right. So that, in a sense, if you think about it, squirrels are spiritual. Because I said I'm gonna go to the right, so he went to the right. He went to the left to get away from me. Cats are spiritual. Once again, do not be confused if someone can memorize everything. Do not be confused if someone can. If you're gonna walk this way, if you're going home and you say, man, I'm gonna cut through the park in your mind. And then you say, all right, man, I'll see you later. And he says, go cut through the park and be faster. Don't be spooked out. Don't be spooked out. It's intuition. Don't be spooked out. It's nothing spooky. The fucking squirrel did it, okay? The squirrel did it. I had to sit down and laugh. The squirrel did it. I said, I'm going to go to the right. He picked up on it and went to the left. And went to the right. Because he is the tree. He's in back of the tree. I'm in front of the tree. I want to feed him. So I'm standing there. He pops out at my left, his right. So I say to he goes back. I say to myself, I'm going to go to my right, his left. I'm going to go to my right, his left. I say that in my mind. And when I begin to move, because the squirrel hears when you move, you're making sound. The squirrel hears that. So as I begin to move, I don't go to my right, his left. I go to my left, his right. And that's where he was. That's where he popped out at. Because he picked up on it intuitively. Now, is the squirrel anointed by God to be a prophet to the nations? Is he anointed to change the world? But he did some spooky shit. Do not confuse the human ability to be the anointing of God. As a matter of fact, excuse me, the anointed of God might not be intuitive at all. Okay? He probably can't even remember his last name. He might be terrible, as in, but he's anointed. But why is he anointed or she anointed? Because it's not what's done in the physical realm, it's what's done in the spiritual realm. There's people out there that make millionaires, billionaires, speak in front of millions of people, have homes, are changing lives. God bless them. But they're not doing anything in the spiritual realm. On earth, they're Big Willie, but in the spiritual realm, that person's nobody. And then the Spirit says, follow me, I'm going to show you who the anointed is. And you look at this person in the spiritual, the anointed in the spiritual, oh wow, this person is the person so powerful, you bow down because you can't stand the glory. The angel can stand it. So now you go to the earthly realm and find this person. And you find him, he's a fucking nobody. Everyone thinks he's crazy. He has a porn addiction. He smokes cigarettes. He can't get it right. But in the spiritual realm, he's the man and he's changing the earth. As human beings, humans, we are unique, man. We are, because we have the ability to change things. We have the ability to change things. One man can change the atmosphere. You know, when someone walks to a room and the atmosphere changes, a beautiful woman walks into the room and the atmosphere changes. A mighty man walks into the room and the atmosphere changes. Because being beautiful, being mighty, that's a spirit you carry. Because that's in the stature of the highest. So in the earth, when a man's in the earth and he's one of the sons of God, naturally, he's going to transform the earth. So, wherever this man is, before it was evil, where he is now is righteous, because he changed it. We are very powerful as human beings, but do not be deceived. Someone can be a billionaire. Someone can be the man in this world, in the physical world, but they're no one in the spiritual. They change nothing in heaven. Remember, the disciples, the prophets, they were nobodies. They were hated. And people say, Jesus Christ was famous, and his fame led to his death. He had to pay the price for his fame. The same people that were applauding him were the same people that killed him. That's why he says, when they come to get him, he says, every day I was teaching in the temple and you didn't do nothing to me then. Why are you attacking me now? The disciples were killed. The prophets were no one. They were just regular people yelling on the streets. I'm pretty sure if John the Baptist was here, his YouTube channel would have probably 0 followers. Maybe 2, 3 followers on his YouTube channel. That's John the Baptist reborn. No one's watching him. No one's following him. The only people that are watching him are the rulers of the world because they found him by way of the Spirit. But the elites can watch your YouTube and no likes for show. Everyone thinks he's crazy, but that's John the Baptist. All right. So don't confuse the human ability to be the anointing of God, man. Because it's an easy thing for the Most High to make you have photographic memory. It's an easy thing for the Most High to make you just excellent. And that's a gift, For people that are expert in the human ability, they're the ones that the Most High sends to go help the prophet.